What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Algorand. Algorand is a beast. Seriously, Algorand is one that has got an immense amount of potential to do still some really significant gains. I have seen numbers like $30, $40 a coin thrown out there. Hell, even $20 a coin. I think that's unrealistic, but I do believe there is still a decent rally ready for Algorand, and I'll get into that in a second. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet, just the first 26 coins I held. First 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would smash it in this cycle. Had you invested $100 into each one when I released videos, still holding that crypto, in profit for over 38 grand. But this is not what I hold anymore. If you want to see the cryptos that I own, come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I show every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I've built my portfolio, how I'm preparing it for whether we go bullish or bearish. And let's be realistic, there's huge amounts of uncertainty within financial markets at the moment, particularly as a result of everything that's happening in not only Ukraine and Russia, but the ever-increasing inflation, energy crisis. There's a lot of things that have led to uncertainty. So if you're not happy with the balance of your portfolio or how it's prepared in case things go bullish or bearish, you can see exactly what I'm doing at Copy My Crypto. So the link is in the description, guys. Right, Algorand. Algorand is knocking around 83 cents. All-time high this year was a little over $2. It was in fact $2.37. So let's have a look at what Algorand's doing at the moment. So in terms of the first thing that I think is a really good shout in terms of garnering positive marketing and everything else is the Algorand Foundation have joined the race against climate change, regardless of how you feel about climate change or the agenda around it, or how governments are working towards it. Governments are working towards it, and they're going to work towards it. So one thing that will garner really positive exposure is the fact that they're announcing the partnership with Envision Racing in Formula E, raising awareness effectively for the fight of climate change. But again, one thing that we've seen a number of blockchains do is either move to proof of stake or push to become carbon neutral. That has a really positive impact in terms of how they are received within countries, how governments think of them. And fundamentally, down the line, governments are going to use blockchains that have already been created. Central banks will use governments that are already governments. No, they do that as well. But central banks will use blockchains that are already created. Then I can't see many central banks creating their own blockchain. They'll use pre-existing ones. So this would go a long way in terms of garnering support and positive reception. Now, Algorand right now, transactions, the throughput could be better. There's no doubt about it, right? 18 transactions per second. Block time is around 443, 440. And there are a lot of people that use it. It's over 23 million addresses, over 11,000 developers. People are bullish on Algorand, and there's many a good reason. By the way, I'm not crapping on Algorand whatsoever. I think it's really quality. First of all, the guy that created it is recognized as one of the greatest minds in crypto. This is Silvio Micali. He won the Turing Award, which is a big bloody deal, and that's for his contributions to the theory and practice of two-party computation, electronic cash, crypto, and blockchain protocols. He's also a professor of computer science at MIT. So, resume is pretty damn good. Algorand is designed so that there are lower transaction fees as well as no mining through permissionless pure proof of stake. They have been working, obviously they're smart contract enabled. The Algorand mainnet became live in June of 2019, was able to handle almost 1 million transactions per day as of December 2020. Personally, I think the throughput could be I think that's something to work on in terms of throughput. There are smart contract platforms out there that have a far, far greater throughput. But Algorand, one thing you can say, they've actually been smart contract enabled for long enough that you can actually see that they work. We look at, as an example, like, it's easy to come back to Solana because they've had the teething problems in the past 6 months. But when blockchain, particularly when a blockchain becomes smart contract enabled, when they can be a smart contract platform, there are huge teething problems at the start. We saw it with Ethereum back in the day, but Ethereum's had first mover advantage for a very, very long time. That's why their ecosystem is the biggest. Solana's not that long ago become smart contract functional, and they've been having teething problems. Not really heard tons about that from Algorand, which is good. So Algorand's network upgrade expanded smart contract functionality very recently as well. So they've focused on developer tooling and Ethereum virtual machine compatibility, so that it's interoperable with obviously everything on Ethereum, and it will be compatible with other blockchains as well, by the way. And their first major milestone is trustless cross-chain interoperability. So the keys will in the near future be used to generate state proofs. That's then going to be the new thing, where a new blockchain infrastructure that will allow Algorand to be trustlessly accessed in low power environments like mobile phones, smartwatches, and on other blockchains. That could be a big deal. Make no mistake about it, those state proofs could be a massive deal if all of a sudden people can start accessing the Algorand blockchain through their phones. That would be a really positive step in the right direction. And they've made sure that it can be written in Python or Reach, so that makes it accessible for every developer, basically. So again, really positive steps. They've also, where is it? Got to find it now. They've also had a number of new projects land. LimeWire I spoke about really recently. LimeWire was an absolute beast in terms of file sharing back in the day. Probably before some of you that are watching were born. But when I was at uni and when I was in my teens, everyone was using LimeWire. And they've reimagined themselves, and they're building on Algorand. It's going to be an NFT, centralized NFT platform where people can buy and sell. They're going to have their own LimeWire-based token as well. You can have a look. So they're bringing digital collectibles to everyone. They're going to have their LMWR token. That's going to be a private token sale that occurs in April. That'll be invite only. And their official launch of the LimeWire marketplace will be in May of 2022. And the official launch into the film industry will be in in Q4 of 2022. It's a bit an interesting one, but people, by the way, you can join a waitlist there if you're interested. But that's just one recent project. When you actually look at the entire ecosystem that has been built upon Algorand, it's damn impressive. They really have started getting this moving. AlgoFi is a recent project that's launched, but it's been doing pretty well so far. It's a trending DeFi one. Their highest ranked project at the moment is ALGO Fund, Filler, ChoiceCoin, Open Fabric, Folks Finance, and Annie Rand. Folks Finance is basically Algorand's answer to Aave, borrowing and lending protocol. And they're leveraging the Algorand virtual machine for this. Again, lots of incentives within it, but it's a very, very good, very, very good DeFi platform, one to take a look at. And this is it. They've got, even when you browse by category, they really have started developing. The next thing for them really that I would want to start seeing is a wider foray into play to earn. They've got a few, to be fair to them. but 23, it's not bad at all. You can't compare it to something like Ethereum that's been around forever. But they've got play to earn models now, which are pretty good. So these are opportunities to obviously start building your holdings in terms of GameFi, which GameFi is going to have another crazy run along with DeFi before the markets collapse. And Algorand is one where I'm very, very bullish on Algorand, because whilst I do believe that they could improve their throughput, that's the only criticism I'd probably level at them right now. And fundamentally, they're pushing on the right things that are going to gain them positive exposure. Their commitment to a sustainable blockchain. That's a big deal. Make no mistake about it. There's been a number of cryptos that have done this. Whether it was Elrond was one that recently said that they were carbon neutral. Obviously, we've got Ethereum into proof of stake. I think what's it? Chai is a Chai network that's like a proof of work but doesn't have the same environmental impact as Bitcoin. But there's a lot of pledges to become carbon negative networks where they almost give back to the environment. And while I don't necessarily subscribe to everything with regards to climate change, I don't think the data is actually that brilliant. But one thing I will say, that's going to garner a ton of positive support. It really will. So it's very, very clever to push that down the line. And fundamentally as well, the ecosystem continues to grow. It's something that you've got to be bullish on. Long term, Algorand is a beast. Now, the reason that I say no on the $20 coin is simple, right? Guys, there's 6.6 billion Algorand circulating. So even a $10 coin, that's $66.6 billion as a market cap. Now that's achievable, but it is very high from where it is. A $20 coin, you're looking at 132 billion market cap. That puts it on in the top sort of 3-4. And it might be that good, but can it achieve that this year? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this can reach $20 this year? My personal perspective is I think about 5x or so from where it is. Yeah, because that would put it on around about 25 billion market cap, which probably won't quite crack the top 10. But I think down the line, this is a top 10 coin. You let me know in the comments. What do you think of Algorand? What's your favorite smart contract platform? And as always, guys, subscribe, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's a nice thing to do, guys. It cheers me up, makes my day. It's always nice. Okay. And yeah, right. In terms of what I think, yeah, probably a 5x from where it is, because that's like 22 billion market cap. That's achievable. It's legitimately achievable, but I don't see much beyond that this year. But down the line, I do believe this is a top 10 crypto. It is certainly within the realms of possibility that this is a top 10 crypto. They are growing the ecosystem very, very well. It is a really strong project, and 22 billion wouldn't quite put it into the top 10 right now. And if it does a 5x, the others are still going to have their own gains, so it probably won't crack the top 10 this year. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think the best Algorand can achieve this year is? And that is it from me. If you're new to crypto, come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I'm building my portfolio whenever I make a new investment. Made a very recent new investment that's already doing very well, along with the biggest holdings rallying very, very nicely. If you want to match the gains of myself and the members, then you can just click the link in the description and check it out. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.